I always say these things. Some dangers don't live in thick forest again. They've packed their loads from shrine and river, and they are now renting space inside our phones, inside our mirrors, inside our midnight loneliness. My legends in the making, NWAOMA'S folktale lovers, I know you're probably watching this story at night. Oh yeah, tonight, let me tell you about Adaeze and why you should never look into your mirror after 3 a.m. I first heard about Adaeze on campus the way you hear about a new song. Not from radio, but from whispers and reposts. She was the kind of girl everyone liked. She's pretty, sharp-mouthed, soft-hearted, with a smile that could trend and a temper that could also trend. She was a mass comm student in one of those big Lagos private universities. Hostel life, lecture hustle, cafeteria rice that tasted like almost jollof. You know the vibe. But what made Adaeze stand out wasn't just her beauty. It was her relationship with network. While some people want love, some want money, Adaeze wanted signal. Network to her was like air. No Wi-Fi, no life. In the hostel, if the hostel Wi-Fi blinked for 1 second, she would ease and say, Lagos can take light. But let them not touch my network. I can stay in darkness, but don't leave my phone offline. Her friends used to laugh at her, but that's how he started. Everywhere Adaeze went, her Wi-Fi followed like a loyal puppy. Hostel, Wi-Fi on. Lecture hall, hotspot quietly in her bag. Cafeteria, she would sit near the window the way some people sit near love. She didn't just want network to chat. She lived inside that phone. TikTok, Instagram, Reels, Snapchat, Streaks, WhatsApp status like TV channel. She knew every filter, every sound, every new challenge. At night, while others slept, you see that faint blue light under her bunk curtain like a small shrine of notifications. Data no dey finish for you? One roommate asked. Adaeze laughed softly, scrolling like her thumb had memorized the movement. Data is cheaper than regret, she said. You see this life, if you don't post it, it's like it's never happened. That was her philosophy. If you didn't capture it, if you didn't upload it, if nobody reacted, did it really exist? To Adaeze, likes were applause, comments were hugs, shares were standing ovation, and slowly, without knowing, she was kneeling down to a new kind of altar, the altar of attention. Adaeze's room C12, was glowing with soft pink LED light and the holy ring light. Zini, her roommate, was lying on the bed, scrolling aimlessly. Blessing was plaiting her own hair roughly. Adaeze stood in front of the mirror, lip gloss in one hand, phone in the other hand. Ring light set to make me look like I didn't cry last night level. She rocketed. Hey loves, it's Ada Mirror again. If you're seeing this, just know network loves you enough to bring me to your screen. She giggled, did a quick transition, switched into another top, shook her braids, and checked her likes in real time. 3,000 views in just 10 minutes, Zini said. You know they tire. Adaeze smiled, like someone sipping sweet zobo. Engagement is like hot puff puff, she replied. You eat it when it's hot. If it gets cold, nobody wants it anymore. They laughed. The rain tapped on the window like someone begging to come in. As they settled in for the night, a notification popped on Adaeze's phone. New trend alerts. 3 a.m. reflection challenge. My people, hold on small. Story never finish. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Make Blessing locate your data. Thank you so much. Oya, let's continue. She opened it. A popular creator had posted a video. The rules were simple. Wake up at 3 a.m., go to your mirror, Open your phone camera on selfie mode, look into your reflection and ask, who is watching me? They claimed if your reflection moved before you did, you'd unlock your true self. People in the comments were joking. Na village people go answer you. This one no be challenge o, na portal. I tried it, my light went off. Adaeze's eyes brightened. Challenge, mirror, viral potential, all her favorite ingredients. Zini noticed that familiar spark. Don't even think about it, she warned. All these 3 a.m. things, I know they like 'em. Adaeze waved her off. Abeg, everything no be juju. Some things na algorithm. The night moved slowly. Adaeze lay on her bed, face lit by her screen, earphones in, scrolling through more 3 a.m. reflection challenge videos. Some were obviously fake, some were edited, some were clearly just jokes. But a few made her pause. One girl's reflection smiled, even though her real face was straight. A boy in the other video asked, who is watching me? And for half a second, his reflection wore an expression he never made. Adaeze swallowed. She zoomed in. She replayed. People can edit, eh? She murmured. But her heart beat just a little faster. Around 12:30 a.m., Zini turned on her side. Babe, you still there awake? Yes, now. Don't do that challenge. Her voice was soft but serious. I know you. I know how internet dey hungry you, but leave this one. Adaeze sighed. You and fear. It's just content. Zini shook her head. Content wey fit turn you to documentary. They laugh. But the laughter didn't quite reach the corners of the room. There was a weight in the air, like the night was listening. Sleep dragged everyone else down. But Adaeze fought it like a stubborn network. She set her alarm for 2:59 a.m., placed her phone carefully, and finally closed her eyes. The alarm rang, 2:59 a.m. Adaeze's eyes flew open, as if her body was waiting before the sound. She sat up slowly. Adaeze picked up her phone. Battery, 43%. Time, 3 a.m. exactly. She felt a small thrill, the way her heart fluttered. You think she's going on a date, not flirting with someone no one understands. She took her ring light, set it to a low warm tone, just enough to see her face. The mirror on the wall had a crack across one corner, like a scar on a pretty girl's cheek. She opened her camera, front camera. She adjusted her angle, chin up, neck straight. She hit record. Her voice came out in a low whisper. It's 3 a.m. Everyone is asleep, but I want to know, who is watching me? She stared. Her reflection stared back. At first, nothing happened. She almost laughed. Abeg Joe, na clouds all of them they chase. That's when her reflection blinked. Her own eyes in real life were burning, trying not to blink, staring wide at the screen. But inside the phone, the Adaeze in the camera blinked slowly. Once, twice, like someone waking up from a long sleep. Her hands trembled. The phone shook a little, but the camera image stayed disturbingly steady, like the reflection had anchored itself. Her chest tightened. Okay, she whispered. Maybe I blinked small. She tried to smile, to brush it off. Then the reflection smiled before she even moved her lips. Have you ever seen yourself smile a smile you didn't send? Adaeze's skin prickled. The room suddenly felt colder, like someone had opened a fridge full of old memories. Then through the tiny speaker of her phone, a voice slipped out, soft, croaky, like a radio station not properly tuned. Adego. The phone almost fell from her hand. Nobody called her that. Nobody on campus knew that name. Even Zini only knew her as Ada. Who? Who is that? She whispered. Even though she already knew the answer, her heart was trying to avoid. The reflection tiled its head, the way her late grandmother used to do when calling her from the balcony years ago in Enugu. You have forgotten my voice already. The voice was not clear, but the familiarity wrapped around her like an old wrapper. Ha! Grandmother Mamego had been the only person to consistently call her Adego, daughter of wealth. She'd passed away when Adaeze was in SS2. Adaeze felt tears sting her eyes. Grandma. For a moment, the reflection didn't look like her. The face shifted, features softening into wrinkled cheeks, wise eyes, a mouth that had told many stories. Then everything snapped back, her own face again, but the eyes remained different. Older, deeper, too knowing. Her phone screened, flickered, then brightened. Notifications began to roll in by themselves, as if someone else was scrolling. New followers, new likes, new comments. Her latest video count started jumping by the second. 1,200 views, 3,050 views, 10,430 views. Her heart pounded. Fear and excitement clashed inside her. Like two danfos trying to use one lane. Am I? Am I dreaming? The reflection slip moved without sound. Then the room around her, inside the screen, darkened slightly. The lights behind her reflection were dimmer than the real room. Who are you? She whispered again, this time more firmly. The reflection chuckled, a sound like dry leaves dragging across cement. I'm who watches when you think nobody is watching. It said, I am what your followers see when you are not performing. I am the version of you that lives inside every screen you've ever looked into. Adaeze's throat went dry. You've been calling me for years, the voice continued. Every time you say, mirror, mirror, who is trending? You are not just talking to a glass. You are knocking on a door. She felt something cold wrap around her shoulders, not physically, emotionally, like realization. Adego, you want to be seen, don't you? Her lips parted. I just want to grow, to use my gifts, to not be invisible. You don't want to be invisible, it repeated softly. You don't want to be forgotten. You want your face to live on in other people's phones? The way the spirit said it made it sound like a prayer request. Likes climbed again on her views. Her screen showed 20,000 views. People were commenting on a video she hadn't even posted. Her heart trembled. Why? Why are my views going up? The reflection smiled. I'm helping you, it said. You are too hungry for attention to be left alone. I am the part of you that is willing to do anything to be remembered. All I need, the voice continued, is a little more access. Don't close this camera. Don't end this call. Don't sleep. Let me stay open through your eyes. Adaeze's chest tightened. She looked away from the screen, but her gaze kept dragging back as if invisible fingers were turning her face. Her reflection didn't move when she looked away. It kept staring straight at her, even when her real eyes turned aside. Sweat gathered on her neck. This wasn't filter. This wasn't edit. This wasn't clout. This was cost. Just when the air felt like it would choke her, a bed creaked. Zini turned over and groaned. Ada, why light still on? Now waiting. Her eyes landed on her friend, standing stiffly in front of the mirror. Ada, no answer. Zini sat up. Something in her spirit pulled tight. She had that kind of old soul that still respects things elders say, even if she uses TikTok. She slipped down from her bunk and walked closer. The air near the mirror felt unnaturally cold. She glanced at the phone screen. Her heart almost jumped out of her chest. Inside the phone, Adaeze was smiling. Outside, her lips were trembling. Jesus, Zini whispered, instinctively making the sign of the cross. The reflection eyes snapped to her. For a split second, Adaeze's face in the camera and in real life we're looking at two different people. Wetin be dis? Zini muttered, backing away. Adaeze spoke, but it was slow, as if her tongue was walking barefoot on broken bottles. Zini, I think something picked my call. Her knees weakened, grabbed her friend. We are ending this nonsense, she said sharply. She reached for the phone. The moment her fingers touched the screen, a shock went through her arm, like mild electricity. She yelled and snatched her hand back. The reflection laughed, but the sound came from small speaker, not the real Adaeze. You weren't invited, it told Zini. Stay out of this. Zini's eyes filled with tears. She was not a deliverance minister, but she was not stupid either. Phone off, mirror covered, these were the two ideas in her head. She grabbed a scarf from the chair and flung it over the mirror. The moment the clothes covered the glass, the phone screen glitched. Static, then darkness. Adaeze gasped and stumbled backward, like someone whose necktie had just been released. Her knees gave way. She sat heavily on the floor, breathing as if she has been underwater. Zini dropped beside her. Ada, what is this thing you've opened? Tears spilled down Ada's cheeks. I just wanted to trend, she whispered brokenly. I just wanted to grow. Zini held her, heart still racing. The internet would kill you before village people reach you, she said shakily. Morning came, but the sun didn't feel like comfort. News spread in the hostel faster than wildfire on dry harmattan grass. Did you hear? Ada Mirror fainted. They say her reflection was talking to her. Now why I know they do all this midnight challenge, Joe? Adaeze sat quietly on her bed, blankets over her lap, eyes swollen from crying and lack of sleep. Her phone lay on the table, screen down, like a guilty child. She refused to touch it, but TikTok didn't refuse to touch her. By afternoon, Zini logged into TikTok from her own phone to check something. Her eyes widened. Ada, what? Zini turned the screen slowly as if it was heavy. On Adaeze's profile, a new video had appeared on its own. Time posted 3:11 a.m. Caption, who is watching me? Adaeze's heart stopped. The video was crisp, no shaking, ring light, perfect. It showed her staring into the camera at 3 a.m., smiling a smile she didn't remember having the strength to give. At the end of the clip, for less than a second, the image distorted. Her face stretched slightly, eyes too dark, teeth too white. Comments were exploding. Chills. Is this real? I paused at the end. I swear, someone else is in the background. Do this challenge again, please. 458,000 views in less than 12 hours. Adaeze's stomach knotted. It was what she used to beg for, to go viral, to blow, to be that girl everyone is using as sound. But looking at it now, the number felt like candlelight in a graveyard. Pretty, but in the wrong way. That week, things changed for Adaeze. On the outside, she was finally getting what she wanted. Her follower count shot up. Brands started sending her DMs. Hi, Adamiro, we love your vibe. Hi, can we send you some products? Hi, can we do paid collab? In class, people turned when she walked in. That's the 3 a.m. girl, they would whisper. But inside, she was crumbling. At night, even when she put her phone far away, she felt watched. Tiny glossy plastic showed her face, but the eyes blinked slower than hers. Another night, she opened the front camera accidentally and the screen flashed for a moment, showing her room, but the beds were empty and someone was standing behind her. Sometimes she would be talking and her friends would say, "Why are you smiling?" Meanwhile, she wasn't. On the third night after the challenge, she woke up at 2:58 a.m. without any alarm. The phone on the table lit up by itself, screen up, camera app open. The front camera showed the ceiling and her own face slowly leaning into the frame, even though she hadn't moved. "No," she whispered. Please. She knelt by the bed and began to pray, stumbling over words, missing scriptures she heard in Sunday school and phrases she heard from her grandmother. God, you know I like camera, but I didn't know I was opening Spirit's network. Whatever I have invited, let it pack and go. I don't want this kind of fame. Her voice shook. Tears fell on the tiled floor. When she looked up, the phone had gone dark again. Adaeze slowly pulled back from her page. She posted less. When she did, her content was softer, calmer, less desperate for shock. She started going for evening fellowship with Zini, sitting quietly at the back, hands in her lap, listening to song about light. Till today, if you scroll far enough on Adaeze's TikTok, you'll find that 3 a.m. video. Most people don't notice anything strange. They just watch, get small goosebumps, scroll away. Curiosity in the wrong hour invites what was never meant to be seen. Not every reflection belongs to the living. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NWAOMA'S Folktale. I love you all. Bye.